What's going on YouTube? SLPS Rocks here with another quick how-to for you. This is one that I've experienced many times. I've injured my toe and my first experience, I had to go to the hospital, wait 7-8 hours with the pain of this injury being unbearable. I decided to give it a shot the second time this happened to me with the drill. I nearly drilled too far, so this is then the genius idea I came to after that, trying that, which is the most painless and the safest way to trephinate. Okay, so the first step is to flatten the nail bed. Super important, as you can see here. Once it's flat, we're going to proceed to creating a trough, which is just an extension. So if you do not do this step, if you do not flatten the nail, and if you do not create a trough by just, as you can see here, moving the needle files from side to side, okay, when you go to drill as so, it's going to create a lot of pressure and pain for your patient. So it's super important to actually create a trough, which is just a little bit of space and opening for us to drill after we flatten the bed, the nail bed, that is. You'll notice this patient has very large toenail thickness, and the length of this duration of this procedure depends on the toenail thickness, but also your proficiency. If you're just starting out, this is going to take probably altogether 45 minutes for both trephinations. You'll do at least 2, but this patient required 3. Otherwise, an expert would probably take 15 minutes per hole. You're thinking probably that's a lot, but that's the price I guess you have to pay for the painlessness and the peace of mind and ability, obviously, to do this on yourself, which is fantastic. So then after we've created a trough, what we're going to do is we're going to take a marker, a super important step, because we don't want to drift off our hole, right? We want to drill straight. And then we're going to proceed with drilling, and you're going to take it on a 90 degree angle, right, as you can see in this video. And you're not going to apply too much pressure. As you can see, I'm just using my fingers and I'm spinning as fast as I can with my 2 fingers, driving down on the vertical angle. Okay, and it's good to have good lighting here just to make sure that you can see those little bit of nail that's chipping off as you're drilling in. Okay, that's good. That's the kind of sawdust you want to leave, right, from the drill. Okay. So just continue with it. It is very tedious. It's a long step, okay? But you just got to keep drilling, and keep drilling, okay? Every once in a while, as I'll demonstrate just shortly, okay, we're going to simply take some alcohol and we're going to clean off all that extra sawdust, toenail dust, whatever you want to call it, okay? And then continue drilling. Best is to do this while the nail is dry. I find that a wet drill is slower. The friction just builds up at a slower rate, so it's just less proficient. You'll know once you get very close, you'll feel more and more resistance, and it'll feel a little smoother and like creamier, right? Like the toenail is hard on the outside, but soft on the inside. So when you get close to that area where you're almost drilling into the toenail bed, right? Which is what you want to do to alleviate the blood pressure that's building up on the free nerve ending. Okay, and once you get there, you'll be surprised. You just slow down, drill slower, because it will cause pain for your patient, and then blood will come out, as you can see right here. Okay, so just press down on that nail bed and just drain the blood with a cotton swab, or just with tissue paper that I've used right here. And you're just going to keep pressing. You're going to press it a bunch of times here. So I'll talk now about my experience. I had a really severe subungual hematoma. My entire toe was black, unlike this one, which is more of a minor case. And the mistake that my doctor actually, at the ER, they have this machine that punches a hole. But having one hole is not enough, and the reason is because the fluid doesn't have a full ability to escape if you punch just one hole. So the next step is super important, which is to punch or drill another hole. My doctor didn't do this. I had to go to the clinic to alleviate the remaining pressure buildup under my toenail. So this next step, so you'll notice immediate improvement after draining punching one hole. The pain should go away almost instantly. But what the second hole does is that it creates a two-way valve system. One way for the air to go in, and then another way for the fluid to go out. Think, for instance, a can of apple juice. How many holes do you have to punch into that for the fluid to start pouring? The answer is 2, right? One for the air to come into the can, one for the liquid to get out of the can. And it's the same system here. If you punch just one hole, it's not as effective. Punching 3 holes was more effective. And as you can see here, now I'm drilling. I'm repeating this whole process. It's long, tedious, but like I said, it's just the price you have to pay for the subtlety and the painlessness. I'm one type of person that just doesn't like to rip off the bandage. I prefer to slowly peel it off, and then this is a bit of exaggeration because these injuries are indeed very, very painful. The reason is because there's just such a high concentration of nerve endings on your hands, feet, and your lips. Okay. So then after you do that, the next step involves just running it under some hot water. Get those blood vessels dilated for that blood to drain over the course of the next day or so. Okay. So you can see this hasn't been fully drained. It's just going to drain periodically over time. Do make sure to apply polysporin to it, and do not apply any super glue to close the seal immediately afterwards, because like I said, it will drain over the course of the next day, and if you have any pressure that's left, the patient is still going to experience the pain. It's only once the pressure is fully alleviated that the pain will subside. Okay, so if you like this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. I will try to lay down as much helpful life hacks as I can for you guys. And if you have any questions whatsoever, I'd be happy to answer. Just leave some comments down, like, share, and hopefully this will get some attention, because I find this is really a revolutionary technique no one ever thought of. And you can just pick up those needle files for about $10, $15 on Amazon, not even, and you can just keep a needle file with you in your first aid kit, which is what I do from now on. Anyway, that's my experience on it. Hope that was helpful, and take good care, be happy, and healthy. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.